If you've graduated in the last year or two, I'd love to know this. How many of your university friends do you still speak to? I would love to know what the general consensus is, because the majority of friends that you make at university, you actually don't speak to after graduating, even if you live with them and you're really close with them. However, having said that, friends at university is a really crucial and important part of the university experience. And at the start of year, it kind of feels like you're at school all over again. You're having to meet new people and you're trying to navigate kind of being in these new circles and find who your people are going to be at university. Who are the people that you're going to live with? Who are these people that you're going to be studying with? And, potentially with the next 3 to 5 years. So I've been to 4 universities and I've had to navigate this friendship thing in each one of them. And so I've got real experience in trying to make friends and navigating the truth about making friends in university. And here are some tips for those that are thinking about how to make friends, and I'll share them with you today. The first thing is it takes time. And this is an obvious one, but the person you meet sitting next to you in the lecture theatre on the first day of your university course isn't going to be your best friend for life. They might be, but do recognise that it takes time to build connections and to network and to really form friendships. It's not something that just happens overnight. So remember that it does take time. If you're 2-3 weeks in and you don't feel like you've got a close friend, that's completely okay. It's completely normal. But one of the easiest ways to make friends is by finding friends that have common interests to you. So that could be they really enjoy a specific sport, they really enjoy learning a language, or they really enjoy a certain type of music. And so joining societies will really help you with this. Universities are amazing for this, by the way. In life, they always say as an adult, it's really hard to make friends. Yes, as an adult after university, it's hard to make friends. But in university, I honestly think it's the easiest place to form friendships. And outside of your course, I don't think I made that many friends within my actual course itself. The majority of friends that I still speak to today, years later, are friends that I made in societies. So if you're interested, for example, in horse riding, you can go to the equestrian society and they will have kind of sessions where you can go horse riding once a week. And that is where you can meet those friends once a week at least. And then of course you can be in the university, you can still speak to them outside of that. I actually quite like making friends who were not on my course because you're not really speaking about the course per se. You're kind of friends outside of the realm of what you're learning. And the key is to be yourself, be authentic, don't try to be a new person. Yes, you can reinvent yourself at university, no one knows who you are. So if you really don't like, your personality, you can always change it up. No one's gonna know. But after a while, that's going to fade because it isn't you. So be authentic and be your true self and go in there, not trying to hide who you are, just being kind of honest, and then someone will relate to that, and that will be someone that you can be friends with. Now, this is a tough one, but initiate conversations. Don't wait for people to approach you. Yes, you might be in a bigger group and you might be speaking to loads of people, but actually I find it a lot easier to speak to one person or 2 people. So if you find that you're sitting next to someone and that person isn't speaking to anyone, just say hi and say, hey, my name's Amina, I'm studying biochemistry this year. I'm from London. Like, who are you? Love to kind of go for coffee, or let's go for lunch. We're gonna go for lunch right now. If they're by themselves, you never know. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Nothing lost. Tomorrow you can start again and talk to someone else. Especially in the early days, so October, November, there are so many different events. So not only society events, but you'll find fresher events for your first year. You'll find events from different societies that are kind of not just society events for their activities, but events where they're maybe promoting their society. So they might have sort of a welcome event, so you can just go to those. There are academic talks as well from different groups. So you can really go to those by yourself. I used to go to everything by myself. Go to those by yourself and you'll meet people there. And actually, when you don't go with someone else, you're not sort of relying on that other person for your entertainment and for your company. So you will speak to others that are around you, and it's a great way to meet someone. Try to find out if your university or your course has study groups or like a WhatsApp group or some sort of group where people are sort of learning together. Doesn't matter if it's your course or not. Because again, this is really helpful for you to be able to find people that are interested in and wanting to learn and be more academic. but also you can then find someone who you might want to buddy up with and study with as well. A key thing here also is to accept rejection. And by rejection, I mean no one's going to, they shouldn't really, I mean, we're all adults at this point. No one should say, I don't want to be your friend. But you might find that you're going, you're speaking to someone and they're not really, you're asking them to go for lunch and they're kind of saying yes later, whatever, they're kind of pushing you away. Don't beg friend, don't try to force a friendship. If it's not working out and it isn't mutual, that's completely okay. Don't waste time and accept that that isn't going to happen, and you just be kind, say hi, but it's not a friendship. This is a really important one. Diversity really matters, and I mean diversity in every possible way. Diversity in like race, of course, diversity in where people are coming from. So what you'll find in university, again, something you don't really find outside of university when you're in A-level or GCSE. Your friends, your peers are from a number of different countries. So they're actually international students. So they grew up in Spain or they grew up in the Middle East, and they're coming to this university in London to study. Also diversity in course. I find that really nice. I mentioned it earlier, but I love when I met someone that was on like a different campus to me, so they can give me access to their campus, which is really cool. Gives you something to talk about, and you can kind of meet in the middle of your campus. They're on different locations in different parts of the city. I also love it when I meet people who are diverse, so not just from London. So I went to all London universities, but my friends were from all over like the UK or different parts of the world, and it's because I wasn't just so fixated on making friends that lived in London. There's a world outside of London, so be diverse in that as well. And this diversity, honestly, it just enriches your experience, and it means that in the future, when you graduate and you're friends with all these people that live all over the world, you're invited to all their weddings. It's just so cool. It's just such a cool experience. And like I said, it's something that you won't experience when you go into the working world. Everyone's going to be from London if you're in London. Remember to be safe. Making friends isn't a reason to drop your guard. Just because a person is on the same course as you doesn't mean that you can, they're trusting, there's someone that you can trust completely. So remember to be safe. If you're meeting up with someone new that you haven't really spoken to before, meet in a public place, meet in daylight, things like that. Until you get to know someone and you're more comfortable with them, you can maybe meet in a group, 2 or 3 of you together. But just remember that just because they're in university, don't drop that guard. Make sure you're staying safe. And last but not least, patience. Be patient with friendships. It takes time and it takes effort from both sides. So you're kind of, asking the friend, your potential friend, to go out for lunch or to meet up for lunch, and then you do that, and then maybe like the week after they're asking you to go for lunch, and then you're asking you to go somewhere after after the day finishes, and so on and so forth. And it's just a nice relationship when it takes time to build, and that's why patience is so important. Yes, absolutely, you can meet someone on the first day, you can fall in love with each other, like friendship wise, and that's at your best, like you're inseparable from that day. It does happen, and that's really cute, and I've seen it, and it's really nice, but that doesn't always happen. Friendships at university are such an up and down process. You meet someone, you really love the personality, you'll see them again after a week, and then after another week, and then maybe after a few days, and then it kind of builds on from there. Don't forget that you have your own life outside of university, and so do they. They have their friends from before university, they've got their family, so they are not coming as a clean slate. So you're trying to fit into their life and vice versa. So that's why it's key to be patient with on both ends. I think it's really important to remember that at the start of the academic year, everybody's in the same boat. You're all starting university with no friends, unless they know someone from before, and no university experience. You're all kind of coming to it at the same point. So, and you all want to make friends as well. It's a bit high schooly, it's a bit cliquey, everyone wants to make friends, but remember that everyone's in the same boat. So if someone seems like they have more friends than you, it's not because they have more friends, it's because they're just maybe more confident, or maybe they've put themselves out there, or maybe they've, given themselves the opportunity to make friends. So remember that everyone's in the same boat. You're all starting from scratch. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know if you've started university already and how you found the friend making experience. It's an interesting one for sure. And like I said, I speak to a handful of people from my universities, but for the most part, the friends that I still speak to today are friends from before university. So like my A-level days and my high school days, those are the friends that I still speak to today more than university. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!